Okay. Here we're going to use our trigonometric ratios. We're going to decide which one we're going to use after we label our sides to solve for the, again, missing length. Now on this one, here's your right angle. So you always want to label this the hypotenuse because it's the longest side across from the right angle. Okay, then you have theta, which is right here. Adjacent to means next to, so this is going to be your adjacent side right here, 12. And then opposite means on the opposite side of the triangle, so over here would be the opposite from it. Just put an O for opposite. Now on this one, we know the length of the side that we've labeled as the adjacent side. We're trying to find the length of the hypotenuse. So again, we look at our ratios, and the ratio, the trig ratio that uses the adjacent length over the hypotenuse length is cosine. So we're going to choose to use cosine. Now it's cosine of theta. Theta is the angle, so 28 is our angle, equals the adjacent side, which we've labeled as 12, over the hypotenuse, which we labeled as x. Okay, now we always put the left side over 1 to turn this into a proportion. Two ratios set equal, and now we can cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you're going to multiply cosine of 28 times x. Now since we don't know what x is, we just leave it as cosine 28 x. And we're going to set that cross product equal to the other cross product, 1 times 12, which is 12. Okay, now this is just like any other equation. Here's your equal sign that we're solving. We're solving for x. This shows multiplication. This shows that the cosine of 28 times x. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide this by the cosine of 28. Okay, so if I divide by cosine of 28, it cancels out the multiplication, and all we have left now over there is that x, which is what we want. We're solving for x. Since it's an equation, our rule is anything you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other side. So not only do I have to divide that side by cosine 28, I also have to divide the right side by cosine 28. So x is going to equal whatever we get when we divide 12 divided by cosine of 28. Okay, now again, like before, make sure you are in degree mode. So we're going to clear this out. I'm going to hit mode. Okay, it shows that I'm already in degree mode. It's already highlighted. And now I'm going to do my math. I'm going to take that 12 and I'm going to divide it by the cosine of 28. I'm going to close the parentheses around the 28. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, what we get is 13.59. Now most of the time they want you to round it to 1 decimal place. So if I'm going to round it to the 10th place, I always look to the right. If this number here is 5 or larger, we always round that number up. If this number here was less than 5, then that number would just stay the same. So since that's a 9, it's larger than 5, we're going to round that 5 up to a 6. So 13.6 is going to be our answer. So the missing length is going to be 13.6. Okay, so the hypotenuse, the length of this side, is 13.6.